Hello and welcome back to another cast here at the Tasteless YouTube channel. Today, this is going to be game one of a three-game series where Rain duked it out versus Zealot on the ladder. They just encountered each other back-to-back. Whenever you get players that are this high-ranked, it's very common to have rematches over and over and over. So I pulled these three games off of BattleNet, and we're going to see how they went and who won. But I think this is going to be a pretty fun one. Before we get into this, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, let me know what you think about the games and what happened in them in the comments. All the YouTube stuff, you know what I'm trying to say. And please check out my merch at tastelessthreads.com. Look at this drawing of me. Wait, can I recreate it? It's me. See, now do you see it? Ah! You can get all sorts of cool stuff like that at my shop. And now we're going to go into this game. Game one is on Polypoid. Obviously a map we're all pretty familiar with. And we're ready to go right now. Let's get into it. Oops, let's get into it. Tasteless haven't hit buttons while he does his job. We've got Rain here in the top right. And in the bottom left, we have Zealot. So, look, I mean, Polypoid, we've seen this map hundreds, if not thousands of times in StarCraft 1. I think it's a great map. It's made for some very fun games. I do feel like this map, along with Neo Sylphid, was one of the maps that really kind of came back and brought, I think, better normal structured maps into the game. We definitely had a couple years in ASL especially where the maps were a little bit too eccentric for my liking. And so in this game, Rain goes for the pylon, immediately sends the probe back to just get the one extra mineral. And he'll be going for a gateway expand, unless it is something completely insane, like just a blind Nexus on 12. Well, maybe not. It might be gateway on 10 too. Hold on. Sometimes I do this when I cast by myself, where I suddenly think I'm like a fortune teller, and that I have to like just call the next move here. Okay, I've never seen this variation. This is kind of cool. Forge into a delayed double scout. Now, Rain actually, I think, has some of the best build orders as far as efficiency and safety and kind of covering everything goes. But just as an example, all the other pros I watch, they go pylon. If they're going to go Forge first, they always do an immediate scout after the pylon and then have the second scout after the Forge. So this is very interesting. Forgive me if I'm going to be maybe a little bit too zeroed in on what Rain's doing. He's still sending this probe out across the map. And then it looks like he doesn't take another probe from his main to make the cannon and/or Nexus. Now back at home, we had Pool first, Hatchery shortly after that. Looks like it's an overpool if I'm seeing this correctly. And, you know, as long as the cannon is started as the lings are hatching, he should basically be fine. I remember when I first came back, this was like pretty hard for me to figure out, is like when do you actually need to get the cannon versus, you know, how many corners can you cut. Brood War is a very punishing game like that, and that there's so many little details you have to iron out. So the cannon is coming down. The gateway is planted right over here. We should point out that this cannon, it's placed here and not back here. And that means that it's going to cover the Forge if this game turns out to be one where there's going to be a Hydra bust. So these are these little subtle moves that are always worth highlighting if we can in a game like this. So the gas is coming. You have the pylon on the way. And over here from Zealot's perspective, we're looking. Are you going to get a den or are you going to get a layer? Maybe you go for Zergling speed and buy a little bit of time. Wow, he just makes the den like that? This does. If I'm Protoss, I'm thinking this is a little bit fishy. Keep in mind, you can make a den, force a Protoss to overreact, and then not, you know, really take, even, you know, make Hydras, if that makes sense. So let's see. How is Protoss reacting back at home? Obviously, you don't need to be making cannons just yet. The Hydras can't teleport outside of your entrance. although sometimes it feels like it when I'm playing this game. And so he makes this den. He is getting the Hydralisk speed upgrade. By the way, one thing, it's actually funny how many people don't notice this. There's not an animation on Zerg buildings when things are upgrading. So you actually can't tell. Like, as an example, see the forge? See the gears spinning? This, I think, actually shows you the order in which the races were made. For Terran, you know, you can even on the barracks, see that lights up. On the gateway, you can't tell if the gateways make it or not. This is a very, very subtle thing. I think everybody knows that there's an animation when something is making, but then some buildings like this, you can't tell. So from the Protoss's perspective, you actually don't know if this is a fake or not until you see Hydra's hatch. And all the Zerg buildings don't animate, by the way, when they're upgrading or making anything. So it's a very, very funny thing. Whereas Terran, everything animates. So I would imagine when this game was made 25 years ago, they made Terran first, Protoss second, and Zerg last, maybe? I don't know. But weirdly enough, it does make for some interesting situations. So he saw the Hydra's hatch. Right? Yeah. He sees Hydras are out. But this doesn't always tell the full story. Now, Rain is moving out with his Zealot and Dragoon. And this was a way for Rain to actually confirm that this was in fact a rush. And so, and by the way, Rain, one of the few guys that makes a Dragoon early on in this to try to make sure that the Zerg can't just come inside and scout what's going on. Back at home, we have 4 cannons. 4 is usually the number where you know you're probably going to be okay. It looks like, honestly, Zealot is just going to go for it. You know, it's not every day you'll see, frankly, just a naked Hydra rush. Especially against top-tier players, it's going to work. Just because so much of this matchup from the Protoss's end is figuring out how to not die to this. And usually when Zergs do make it work, it's because they've disguised it so well. But, I mean, there's more and more Hydras coming across the map. This is not a game where the Zerg is trying to go into a macro play. The gateway falls. Probes are now being pulled up here. The dive occurs. The first Zealot is targeted down. The splitting of the damage onto the cannons is happening. The probe drill, I mean, it's good. Is it good enough is the real question here. Oh, my God. Both these cannons are still alive. Rain's okay, basically dropping probes to let this 3rd and 4th cannon warp in. And as they warp in, hey, he gets another 2, but 2 is kind of the magic number for holding off this onslaught of Hydras that we have coming out here so far. 2 more cannons are being made. He's got to be careful. Okay, smart move. He makes it there and not there. Now, with the 1 Corsair, you're basically flying over and confirming that Hydras are actually coming out. That's the game that's going on. Let's not forget the whole conundrum of the Protoss Wallen is that the building that lets you make the cannons is actually in the front to sandbag damage. So if the forge falls, you know, and you could be in a lot of trouble. The Hydras could keep coming. I'm just really quickly going to go back up here. It's charge lots being made. Speed upgrade is obviously done with how fast these Zealots are moving. This pylon being killed off will, I believe... No, this pylon can power this, actually. It's fine. I take it back. Are there drones? Yes, there are. Drones are going to be hatched. And so that means the rush is over. Now, +1 attack did finish. Okay? Sometimes in these rushes, they kill the upgrade, and it really sucks for the Protoss. You're just in a really bad spot. An insurance pylon is put back here. Usually you don't lose the game because you lose the pylon, but it's always good to kind of just double up if you can. You also have to make stuff in the back of your natural. Now, look, Rain is just barreling out on the map. And generally speaking, this is a pretty good position for the Protoss. The Forge is still up. Oh my God, it's at 15 shields and 8 hit points. Templars are coming. Psystorm's being upgraded. And what he's doing now is he's going for less a push and more of like a harass play. He knows he could send 2 Zealots out here. Zealot does not take the bait. You can see he tried to run through here for an interception. to kill the Hydras off that way. Man, Rain is really smart with how he sets up tactically. Zealot's going to use the drones to drill. The Hydras intercept the 3 Zealots there to reinforce. And, I mean, we're getting some drone kills, man. It's undeniable. The Zealots are all going to run out. If I could control click, that's why you see how bad I am at the game. I can't click on things even when I'm just observing. 2 more Zealots are rallied through here to try to maybe run into the main. Zealot's defense is really good. He parries that. Lurkers are being upgraded. This is 4-hatch lurker play. Doesn't sound very good when you say it. And the truth is, it's not exactly that great. But getting lurkers up is more of a surefire way to just stop the Zealots from constantly attacking in. In a lot of other games, you'll see the Zerg basically rely on turtled up positions. Once again, you know, Rain looks at these positions and figures out, okay, you know, where are the Hydras, you know, in low enough numbers that I can come in and hit them. No upgrade on this forge, by the way. Did he make more forges? You do need to keep making upgrades. Okay, second forge is going to come down over here. And we have the Robo on the way. So this is 6 gate with Dragoon range started. Normally you don't see Dragoon range that early, but obviously Dragoon range is a response to seeing lurker tech. Zealots can beat lurkers if they surround them, but really that's not how you want to fight lurkers. Dragoons are the counter. There we go, the arm upgrade. And it looks like this forge upgrade, he's just going to treat it like it's not a thing. It's funny to see how Rain plays the game. He does just think about the game very differently. Like, I think a lot of other Protoss players would just go, let's just, you know, let this one run. Also, and I know it's somewhat common to see Rain always put 4 Templars here, and that 4 is the number you want to get. He's very good at just keeping these here and then just kind of building out into a healthy number everywhere else. So he's got his Zealots roaming. He's got the Dragoons now out to see if he can clear out Overlords. Of course, he knows if Lurkers are out, Mutas can't be in high numbers. He scouts here. Now, there's no surprises that this space is being taken, but this is just Rain being efficient. He finds Overlords, he gets the kill, he runs out. He's good at extracting value on the map. So the observatory's done. 2 observers are queued up. Do we see an expansion, or do we see 2 more gates? And again, just catching these Overlords. I mean, this is honestly something I don't see a lot of other Protoss players do, which is, you know, just use the Dragoons to clear Overlords if you can in a game like this. And now he's going to come out. So he's going to have basically 2 storms on each of these Templars. And he's going to expand over into this spot right here. I think it's a wise call. It does seem like Zealot just has too much to ever push in. And as I've said in other casts, whether it's with Artosis or in my solo casting on this channel, it's really hard to push into a base on these maps. The high ground is very good. Dragoons can fight Templars, but the problem is they don't fire quickly, so if they miss a shot on a high ground, it's like really, you're losing a lot of damage. So armor's almost done. Will this prompt a push? Zealot's done a very good job of controlling the 12 o'clock spot. Oh my god. Look at this dramatic shot I accidentally created. And then we're gonna, dude, I think he's toast, man. He's gonna attack into a thing he probably can't even break. The counterattack's gonna hit here. Zealot is a god. Oh, but these storms are so good. Look at these perfect storms. Meanwhile, I mean, the main, it's not defendable. Oh, sorry. This drop is insane, though. The hatchery is going to fall. He's going to go right into the natural. Dude, this is like a full-on base trade. The lurkers are going to burrow. Whoa. He's going to be killing off probes. Oh, man, this is a crazy game. Is he going to get some Psy Storms over here? Yes, he is. How many workers are in here? There's 26 probes and 28 drones. The main is going to be in shambles. Dude, who wins this? I actually don't know. There are zealots being made in here. He's going to take that out. He can go right into the main. Now this is a place that you can't get into, but at the same time, a base with no tech at all isn't very helpful either, right? Does he pick up? Okay, he does pick up some of the hydras and the lurkers. We've got a game where, yeah, he just wants to get the right storms out there, get whatever damage he can do. Notice that he's going to target down the Hydralisk den. Is there a drop over here? No. So it's 13 drones, 12 drones to 24 probes. And it's going to be 11 drones in a second here because this one's going to be killed off. He denies the lair. He denies the spawning pool, denies the den. The Zerg is now back in the Stone Age. The den was restarted. That's the most important structure in a game like this. The drop comes back in, but there's just too many Zealots and Templars. I mean, I got to say, this is crazy game here for Rain. All right, he's going to drop here. This game's over. The drop comes down here to kill off the workers, by the way. But, I mean, at the end of the day, how are you going to function? He's got one Hydra and an Overlord. The lurkers are still here doing damage. I guess one thing that is a truth here for Zealot is he is mining more. But the army is just bigger. So you can try to come in here with these little guerrilla tactics and try to do... Oh, this is so funny. These Zealots can't get back here because the Templar's body blocking this. All right, this one's going to come back here. So, I mean, will this game go on? There are, even in workers, you can see he's just trying to get any lurker shots he can. He does get another... Dude, what? That was sick. Hold on. Hold on. 9 workers, 10 probes now. Still a solid 11 here. Dude, I don't think Rain should do this. Oh, yeah, you're not going to get up there. Is Rain going to try to push anyways? Okay, that was, I think, a misclick. Now, the Hydras just want to tank because they one extra Dragoon shot will kill the Lurker. Meanwhile, the drops continue on. Barely any probes mining right now. Can we get another Psy Storm here? Dude, did Rain just... Did he just throw this game? He needs to make an Archon. He does. This is a crazy game, man. Okay, so that was probably a mistake there by Rain. You know, it's crazy. It really goes to show you what one cannon here will do. One cannon over here. Now, he has remade the Templars. He's got his classic 4 Templars out. He's pushing forward. He's really trying to hold Zealot's feet to the fire. As the attack comes in. The hydrant count, well, he's not going home, which means now this is going to get hunted down and killed unless he can pick it up in Overlords. Like over here. Yeah, that's what he's going to do. Corsair, by the way, wouldn't kill you. I mean, I know this is a very scrappy game. Now, look at this. This is a really smart move by Rain. He says, well, okay, if your Hydras aren't there, then you don't have enough to defend. This actually may be the fatal blow. GG. Dude. What a game. That was crazy. Thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. Dandy, I think my alerts are paused. If you ever want to join my casts of these games, you can join me live on Twitch at twitch.tv/tastelesstv, where I record these with my community. Yeah, that's just game 1. We're just getting started. We'll be linking you guys to game 2 in the video. Do check out Tasteless Threads, where you can see my merch. You can get this funny shirt of me along with a bunch of other cool stuff. Subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you think about that game in the comments. And turn the bell on. I'll see you in another video. Actually, the next video. Game 2.